Hello everybody and welcome back to Crusader Kings, where we are very stressed. Okay, I didn't realize that we were quite that stressed. We should probably do something about that. Let's go ahead and simply host a lavish feast. That will help. It won't solve the problem, but we'll get started on that. Now I believe we're truce to Briasia. Actually, we're not. Did that truce end early, or did this guy just take over? Let's check the title history. He inherited this like a couple days ago. Okay, sure. So that's wonderful. This guy died of old age. Well, that's awful convenient. That means that we can do a forced vassalization on this guy right away and have this completely done. And then we can start focusing on like the Arabian Peninsula, and that'll be great. I'm really, really pleased about that. So we're just going to raise up our levy troops over here. Actually, no levy troops, probably. We don't need levy troops. Why would we need levy troops? We're just going to head on up. And we're going to forced vassalize this guy. Wonderful. We are well above our vassal limit. And that is something that we do need to deal with. Do we have additional kings that we can revoke? We need to check our prisoners. And we'll sort by rank. Let's see here. You are a double queen. Holdings are occupied. Double. Double. This guy we could do. Okay, we'll revoke that. And who do we want to give this to? Just looking around at kingdom titles here. This one. So we'll grant that over here, and we actually want to grant titles. There we go. And the kingdom of Zetsu. We actually do have these kingdoms here that we might want to grant out as well. We'll take a look at that in a moment, but we'll grant that on over, and we'll grant this vassal as well. We're 12 vassals above our limit. Ah. There's all this over here. Sure. I think we'll grant that into here. That's quite a lot. No doubt about it. So all of these will head on over. Can we just grant these de jure? We can grant a few de jure. So we'll do that. That's a little bit quicker, so that'll be fine. And then there's a few others over here that I'm interested in granting. Okay. That puts us at 4. And now we have the Countess that used to be a queen. I'm not sure where exactly she is located, but we can figure that out by granting... Oh, we don't have a valid vassal there. Okay, well, we definitely do have some kingdoms to grant out here. So the kingdom of Scythia, where is this? Off over here. Okay, we'll grant that to this guy. There you go. Cool. And we can usurp this high chiefdom, but we're not going to do that for the moment. I do want to get rid of additional vassals. It's getting more complicated at this point, that's for sure. So if we look at our prisoners, prisoner tab usually helps, and we head down over this way. What about this guy? Double king? Oh wait, this guy was not a double king. Yeah, this would work. So we'll take this kingdom from him. And that goes down over here. We could give that to... Oh, this kingdom would be a fantastic one to give it to. That's very, very tiny. So we would grant the title there, as well as the county. And any rightful liege vassals can go on in. Are there any other vassals that we want to move into there? Absolutely there are. So we will grant this count, as well as this duchess. I think that is. Actually, that's a countess. Okay. So that puts us at 3 direct vassals above. So we're going to need to continue to look for additional kings to revoke. Mesopotamia. Sounds good. We'll revoke that, and we will hand this over to... Persian Media seems like that might be a decent option, although this one. We're going to give that here. So we're going to give the title of Kingdom of Mesopotamia here. Cool. Any de jure? No, that's actually completely cleared up, but we do have a county over here. So we'll grant that there. And that puts us 2 direct vassals above our limit. Now, We're going to be able to get ourselves additional vassal limit eventually in assertive rulers. It'll take a while to get there. I think for now we're okay being 2 vassals above our limit. We'll call that good. And we're going to head up here and take the Khanate of Buryatia. And we want additional rebellions to happen. Like, we want those rebellions to go off at this point. So, please, factionalize away. That would be wonderful. Apparently, there's a Liberty faction currently thinking about brewing up, but in all honesty, it's probably not going to. So up we go. And we're going to get these sieges done nice and quick. They're retreating here, so that's fine. They might retreat up over this way. We'll see if they do. And this siege will be done right now. We're going to head into their capital. Ticking war score is going to be on nobody's side for the moment. Although maybe it will be on our side, actually. I'm not 100% certain about that. There's their capital taken. We're going to head up over here. Checking in on where their troops are. Is that all of their troops? No, this is not. Many of their troops are up here. Fair enough. Interesting. Are they retreating right to where we are? They did. Wild. Okay. And we captured him off of that. War's over. Cool. So, there's that. This is now completely under our control. So, we can now turn our attention over towards Arabia. Of course, we are 3 vassals above. There's not really a whole lot that we can do about that, unfortunately. I mean, we can continue to revoke kingdoms, right? That's definitely a thing that we can do. But overall, there's not a whole lot that can be done. We can come in and attack all of this. This will definitely hurt our vassal limit. I want to think about that. Our major problem right now is, in fact, vassal limit. Does vassal limit cap out? I mean, it does. Because the only thing that it changes is vassal levies and vassal taxes. As long as we can win the wars that we need to with just our domain, that's in theory fine. In theory. Now, we're currently fascinating plate armor, and court officials is exposed. We should probably go to bombards, standing armies. Royal armory would be pretty good. Machicolations, cranes. Like, plate armor is actually kind of the worst thing to be fascinating here. We're going to go to bombards for the moment. Okay. We'll accept that. And I'm just thinking here, I really do think, well, with another vassal limit, we would have another barony here. Or rather, a domain limit, which we're going to have a domain limit due to the fascination. Out of curiosity, there's not anything in here that would potentially give us access to additional vassal limit, is there? Surely there isn't. That would be a little nutty, I would think. Equal inheritance, esteemed hospitality, close family opinion. This is just in the realm category here. I would expect it to be under either realm or social. Well, now. Well, now. We can just do this. Plus 30 vassal limit. That is such an insanely huge deal. That increases our vassal limit by 50%. I didn't know this was in the traditions. Now I do, and it's incredibly important. We established that tradition. And it'll take time to be established. It'll take 30 years. That's understood. I should have done this a long time ago. But with that being established, that is absolutely huge. We can grow by another 50% over what we have here. So all of this, we can do it again. That basically is a map conquest right there, especially when you factor in the plus 10 from our dynasty tree. So that's great. The question then becomes, are we okay with attacking down over here while we wait for that to happen? We're going to have a succession almost certainly before we have the... I'm going to tick forward here. We're going to have a succession almost certainly before we have that established in our culture. So, in that case... I guess we could flagellate. In that case, that's going to give us poor health, and we're going to have the succession sooner because of that, almost certainly. But with that in mind... What the? Kingdom of Ajuran, what are you doing here? Okay. I do want to clean up some of this border gore, for sure. Our vassal limit will be a problem. We could restrict ourselves for the time being to de jure claims. The Kingdom of Outer Ajuran, huh? I mean, that's not a de jure claim. The reason why we would restrict ourselves to de jure is because that would keep us from getting additional vassals. What do we have for de jure? Down this way, not a whole lot, I think. We've got some de jure stuff over here. It's not great. What about on Roman Greece? I mean, I'd love to forced vassalize. One thing we could do... We have a fix for the vassal limit coming down the pipeline, right? So one thing we could do is, for the time being, keep doing what we're doing. And keep revoking these titles. Now, we don't actually have a title revocation reason on this guy. Kingdom of Ob is not able to be revoked. This kingdom, we absolutely could. So that would come down here, and we would give that to, like, this guy. I want to grant titles. Like so. And then transfer this guy over to jure. And we're still 4 direct vassals above. I feel like we're supposed to be at 3, but that's because of this duchy here, I think. We'll grant that into this guy. Cool. So now the question becomes, what other titles would we potentially have? We don't have any valid vassals to transfer to a king, so that's fine. So, of course, we're going to have to hop back into our prisoner tab here. And we are going to look for kings here. Like our vassals. Like this guy, potentially. Double king. I think that's going to be the case with most of them at this point. Yes, I accept this, and I accept this. Cool. We'll send for a physician because our daughter is wounded. And yes, we will go ahead and recruit her. Cool. Prisoner and vassal. Declined for now. Actually, hang on. Yeah, safe treatment is fine. But I'm thinking here, maybe we should mass ransom. This will make them more likely to rebel, and then we'll have more options want to combine kings. Let's do it. So that'll be fine. We'll ransom them on out of here. Wonderful. We have a bunch of court artifact events here. That's hilarious. And only 7 days left here. Let's take a look here. 14 court grandeur sounds good. 20 opinion? Sure. I don't really care. That'll be fine. Okay, I want to check on our crown authority. We're on absolute. That's perfect. And 3 direct vassals above our limit. Okay. We'll get rid of these artifacts. No problem there. Yeah, I think at this point we want to chill for a bit. Oh, that's interesting. The Mongols have risen up, and they actually just took this territory. Another little upstart to defeat. Okay. So we're going to just immediately crush the Mongols. Yeah, they've got 33,000 people. We are going to do a de jure claim on the entirety of the Mongol Empire. Done. We'll raise up our troops a little ways away here. And we're going to raise up all. Okay. So they obviously raise faster than we do. That's fine. They're having a hard time deciding where they want to walk to, which is kind of funny. I was hoping we'd have our men-at-arms by now. Boy, the men-at-arms just don't want to show up. There they are. This'll do. This is more troops than we actually need. So we're going to split off some of these levy troops. Actually, it'll be faster if we do this and then move them back. And now split off the levy troops that we don't need. We'll go down to around 50k. And we can actually split these forces up a bit and have these guys, like, get a siege commander. And head in and start sieging. And we can move out the trebuchets as well. There we go. And then these guys, they'll move up over here. These will group together. And they are going to come down over here and siege. This is going to be a super easy war to defeat the Mongols. Like, this is wildly overkill. Okay. We'll head on in. It says it's even, but it's not. We're going to win this very, very easily. So we win this battle, and we will get this siege done as well. Not one day too soon. Fantastic. Our rival dies. Okay. So we, of course, beat up the Mongols a bit, and they are retreating out over this way. We're going to pursue them, but I do expect the war to be over when we finish this siege. They raised up a few more over here as well. That's kind of funny. Yep, war is over, so the Mongol Empire is defeated. Just instantly. So much for the Mongols. Is there an event that pops up for that? Apparently not. Okay. Well, they never had a chance, let's be honest. That was not going to be a thing. So, if we press other people's claims, then we won't get additional vassals. If we press other people's claims or de jure claims. So that's something to think about. We could do conquest, but something like this, while this would absolutely be the right way to go, it would also get us a new vassal that we could just move into a kingdom. As long as it's not a kingdom level vassal, it shouldn't be a problem. And all of these over here, anyway, are not kingdom level. So in theory, I mean, this is a kingdom rank. But we could just combine these together. He has a little too much for us to forced vassalize. So we can't really do that right now. This guy's claim is not great. So yeah, that's definitely a bit of a problem. But we could just holy war for a duchy here. And we'd holy war for probably... I guess that's 3. We could do that. And then that'll just be moved into Persian Syria. Like, that's not actually a problem. He's got 8,000 troops. This is a duchy tier realm. And could be forced vassalized. We'll do that as well. And I think we'll call that good for our wars for the moment. We're going to raise up troops over here. We're going to raise men-at-arms and a few levy troops. We shouldn't need that many. Nowhere near what we used to crush the Mongol horde. This is more than enough. And let's go in. If I can get through the event click. There we go. Okay, we'll group these together, and we'll get our siege force going. These guys will head on southward. Our rival dies. That is great. I would love a siege commander here, and we will put in this guy. Okay, can I select this unit, please? Apparently 2 box selects failed there. Exciting. Okay. Well, we will head on down over this way. We're at 63% war score right now. Like, this war is almost over. Challenge for artifact? Get out of here. Okay. So we've got this good to go. And we will head on down over this way for a slow siege. Now, we're actually interested in coming down here and fighting these armies instead. So that's where we'll go. The vile fiend. Cool. How are we doing on bombards? We're quite a ways away from any late medieval innovation right now. I guess that's to be expected. We should go for their capital next and hope that these guys walk away. Did they hire mercs? That's a holy order. Okay. Mostly camels. Well, we'll get this done. I'm completely content with that. And we'll crush this force. No problem there. There we go. And we'll go after their capital with a slow siege. We could assault this fort. I don't think that's super worthwhile at this time. Yeah, it's definitely not. This should end this war. And indeed it does. We'll enforce those demands. And these guys, they're going to head down here and immediately begin a siege. We're going to need to hand these titles out, of course, and we will go ahead and do so. And then those will need to be moved into Persian Syria. Can we do that de jure? Apparently not. Okay. So we're just going to move them into here. There we go. 1, 2, and 3. Cool. No problem there. These guys are running around up over here. For the time being, we're just waiting on our siege force to arrive over here. Actually, we could just siege here. This is war goal, so that'll be fine. They're sieging over here. That's kind of funny. We do have a perk available in the diplomat tree. Honestly, we want to go down towards flexible truces. That'll be the way to go there. And I guess we can head over here, grab that. This siege is quite a ways away, but that's to be expected. So what's their plan? They're just going to siege up in Egypt? Okay. I don't really care about that. Cool. So there's that siege done, and we'll head on over. We're at 43% war score. We are taking attrition over here, to be sure. 5 direct vassals over, huh? Did we get any low-tier vassals? No. So just kings. We have a lot of kings, that's for sure. But once 30 years pass, we'll be doing much better on that front. So that's great. This siege is actually close to over. Okay, sounds good to me. We lost our Worn Language Manual. Did we have that equipped? We did not. Okay. That's fine. We're going to head into their capital here. And these guys, they're going to head up north and try to fight this force. As soon as the siege is taken over. There we go. And that war is now, or rather, not the war, but the siege is over. The war is almost over. Cool, so we'll head down here, and this siege will likely end the war. Yes? Maybe. Not necessarily. In fact, with them finishing their siege, probably not. We're going to catch them here, though, and this will likely end the war. Between the battle and the siege, I do expect that to end the war. In fact, we captured somebody in that, and that's perfect. Or actually, we just got Battle War score. Cool. So he becomes our vassal, and we'll disband our troops. Now we're going to have to hand him out, and we'll hand him into this kingdom. There we go. Wonderful. And with that, it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that, and next episode, we will continue working on this over here, as well as hopefully getting legalistic established fairly soon. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and special thanks to the people who made this video possible by being channel members. We currently only have one channel member in the shout-out tier, that is Spartan News, thank you very much, and we have one channel member in the non-shout-out tiers, and that is fantastic. Thank you very much to the both of you. And, of course, thank you to you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to join the channel, you can press the join button down below, and that would support me, and that would be much, much appreciated. And as always, I will see you all next time.